We are live.
Oh. Hello. My name is Sarah. I am the new marketing director at REVN. You guys will probably be seeing me around more often as part of my duties are going to include community management, which will include leading the community streams. So yeah, this is
Awesome. Thanks
Silas.
for joining us, Sarah.
Yeah.
This is community stream update 1524. It's going to be coming out on Monday. So if you're watching this live, not in a few days. If you're watching the recording, the updates probably are.
Yeah, so for this week, we have a new welcome screen for you guys so that when you load into the game, you're not seeing just a huge wall of text. The new welcome screen will be split into 3 even pieces to be able to, I don't know, help your brain process the information a little bit more easily, but also add some dynamics to the main screen.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time working on the animations here. Pretty happy with how they turned out. Actually, kind of looking forward to adding a few more small touches here and there over the next few weeks.
We also have our new ranking system somewhat in place. We are in the process of testing it out right now, and we have our new rank icons that have been developed that you can see on the screen here.
Yeah, Matt did a really nice job with these, so shout out to Matt, our illustrator here at Ambitious Games. He worked on these new rank icons. They'll evolve as you earn skill points by playing games. And like you said, we're kind of already testing out the rank system already live. Every match of Revan that you play counts as a ranked game as far as skill rating right now, just so we can test out those systems and make sure that they're working. But it is not a real indication of player skill or your ranking right now.
Next we have our balance change. I will hand over to Sam.
Yeah, so our main focus of the patch this week has been on addressing changes to weapon power. So a couple weeks ago, we switched from bonus weapon damage to weapon power. It's a new system. If you want to learn more about it, you can. I think last week's stream we probably talked in more detail about it. That should be up on YouTube. So we are now addressing some of the balance problems that were created by this change. Things like targeted rounds had a lot of damage, so tuning that down. You can see here a few other items got buffed or nerfed, as you can see there. And if you want to see the full details, I encourage you to check out the patch notes. We also addressed Genesis and Scythe. This is also part of that weapon power change. We are bringing their weapon power scaling back up to where it was last week. We overcorrected with the patch that we went out days ago, play tested on, and Scythe had 60 or 75% weapon scaling, which was quite low. Bringing that back up to 85%, a lot better. Same thing for Genesis. I think 90 back up to 100% on this patch. And that top bullet point there, flamethrower, we are working towards achieving some synchronization between the actual damage dealt by flamethrower and the visual particle systems that you see while using it. We are aware that there was a bug where the flamethrower was maybe 20 meters long, but it did damage up to 40 meters. So we are decreasing its actual range to match the visuals, as well as working on new visual effects that will be coming out in a future patch. And then there at the end, you can see Assassin Edge got a bit of a nerf across its weapon power because it had a lot of weapon power. We're turning that down a little bit while also looking at crit items patches to bring them down a notch as well. Right now, we are looking at how crit severely outperforms weapon power, and we want to bring those back in line next patch, I think. And finally, a couple more changes on here. Tower armor got increased, so early game taking of towers will become a little bit more difficult, which makes deathballing a little bit harder as well. And Reaper Clip had its lifesteal lowered a little bit. We've been buffing it and nerfing it to find a perfect balance for it. And Energized lifesteal as a stat got increased across the board for all items so that casters have access to more sustain.
In terms of major bug fixes, we have improved the recoil. There also was a bug last week where, okay, correct me again, whenever you were sprinting and you jumped, your speed increased by 30% when you had the pistol out?
Actually, yes. It was with the pistol, and then once you started sprinting and jumping, your speed would increase, and then you could switch to any weapon, and it would continue increasing. It was a very fun bug,
Mhm.
very funny. You can watch our community stream playtests from Tuesday when we all discovered it. Everyone was zooming around the map, and we very quickly canceled that playtest and got a hot fix out within a few hours to fix it. So this hot fix for move speed was already live during yesterday's playtest on Wednesday. But yeah, really glad we got that caught. Thank you guys for helping us find that bug during the playtest.
Yeah, awesome. Last thing we have is that the tower shots now start after the orb has actually risen. Um, you mentioned that it was shooting before it actually was fully elevated before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so the tower has that ball at the top, shoots at you, and previously it would shoot at you before it was fully like floating up in the sky,
Mhm.
and so looked a little weird and was kind of confusing to players. So it now is properly synchronized.
Yeah, and lastly, we have our regularly scheduled upcoming events. Our playtests are still going to be on Tuesdays at 12 p.m. and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We did change the community stream time this week to being Thursdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, so be aware of that going forward. We look forward to seeing you there.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you at the playtest next week.